How you doing, guys? It's your boy Dave Partner. If this is the first time you're watching any of my videos, click the red subscribe button below so that anytime I make a new video, you will be the first to get a notification. Okay? So there's a button below. It is red. It's written subscribe. If you've not subscribed, please click on it. If you're looking for a way to start making money online, there are two courses. You will see them in the description section below. Click on the links and take the course that best suits you. I want to make 100 millionaires, 100 multimillionaires this year. All right. Okay, so the news we have today is that Olajumoke has concluded her divorce, has divorced her husband. Okay, so and she has changed her surname to from Orisaguna to Chris. I don't know who owns Chris, but we know that her father's name is not Chris. You understand? So where is she getting the Chris from? That will be a mystery that will be unraveled in no time. Maybe she will grant an interview or something, and you can trust me to update you on that. So, but what happened is that Olajumoke has been having issues with the man that is supposed to be her husband, but they were not married. So she was this breast seller. In case you don't know the story, she was this breast seller that a popular photographer in Nigeria was taking a picture of somebody at night. She managed to photobomb the picture without knowing. So the photographer started looking for her, found her, and made a celebrity out of her. You understand? Just they made her a big name without nothing. She doesn't do anything. You get? She's a hawker. She doesn't do anything. She's just cute. So different people started signing her for 40 million naira, 50 million. A lot of money. People gave her houses. Brands gave her houses to stay. So all of a sudden, people started realizing that she was not even actually single. She has a child with a man, and the man has not concluded her marriage rights. And there's a reason for that. She's a hawker, street hawker, probably lives in the streets. So you could tell the kind of man that will impregnate her, probably another street man like that, maybe a mechanic or something. I don't know what the man does. But the man didn't have the money to do the marriage, okay? So they had a child together and they were not separated. They had a child, but they have not done the marriage thingy, the whole traditional whatever, whatever. So, but as soon as she was picked up and brands started signing her, from what I could make out of the whole story, okay, this is my own opinion, what I could make out, the husband quickly wanted to go to the family and conclude the marriage rights. So, but the family of Olajumoke now started delaying. They didn't want the husband to marry her again. They didn't want to have a marriage again. You understand? Because of course their daughter is already blowing up. Imagine from somebody rising from 100, 200 naira feeding per day to 40 million, 50 million overnight. So the family quickly knew that no, we can't just give out this kind of thing just like that. You understand? They decided not to give out her. From what I understand, they started stalling because the husband was in an interview the other day, complaining that the marriage, the family, every time they go to meet the family would postpone it. They were stalling. They didn't want to conclude the marriage right. That's what I could make out of it, and I'm not 100% sure because I was not there. Okay. So now, finally, the husband started also complaining that the Olajumoke of a lady who is supposed to be his wife, baby mama wifey thingy, or is not does not come home early. That sometimes she will come home by 2 a.m. at night, and he will try to, as the man of the house, ask her where did you go to. Sometimes she will not talk to him. Sometimes she will just say she went to see her manager, and so on. He kind of lost full control of the lady, and then he also complained that people were telling or insinuating or suggesting to him that, or people were hinting him that Olajumoke was sleeping with men, something like that. So that was the complaint he made in an interview like 1 or 2 months ago, or at least what I understood from it. And now again, we have now heard that Olajumoke has concluded her divorce and has done and changed her name to Chris. Her surname is no longer Orisaguna. She was used to answer Olajumoke or Orisaguna. Now she has removed that Orisaguna, which is the name of her baby father, and now she's now answering Chris. The mystery now is that where did she get the Chris from? Because the publication, as you can see, is Maryland. Okay, so and the Creep Hills. I'm just trying to show you the source of the information so that you know where I'm getting it from. Okay, so the publication is saying that This that the name is not even her father's name. Chris is not her father's name. So they answer, who is the Chris? You're answering her name, his name. You understand? Who is the, where is the Chris of his surname coming from? Now another thing you need to understand is that she's trying to rebrand. She doesn't want to answer two Yoruba names again, or Olajumoke or Isagona. Imagine she lives, she wouldn't even model for a non Western company. Imagine she wants to model for a company in the East. It wouldn't work because that her name would be difficult to pronounce. If you're not a Yoruba person, to even pronounce the first name is trouble. And now imagine the second name. You know, to even remember it might be difficult. You can hardly remember names you don't understand or names you're not familiar with. You get? So they're trying to rebrand her. That's what I understand or what I can make out. So instead of choosing another Yoruba name, they're trying to put a cute English name. At least if you can't remember Olajumoke, you remember Chris. So this is going to make her a global brand. If they take her outside Nigeria, imagine that she is being, they want to market her to the UK audience. You understand? If they don't remember Olajumoke, at least they can remember Chris. It's easy. Now imagine somebody answering Olajumoke or Isaguna. It's going to be hard to catch on. That's what I'm making out of it, okay? So the whole of this mystery will be unraveled in few days' time, or when she will have to grant an interview explaining why she took the actions she took. And I would like to understand that. Now, who keeps custody of the child? Because every time I see that her husband in the picture, the husband is carrying the child. Who keeps the custody? And then finally, we all know that celebrities' marriages don't last. And I've tried to explain the reason here sometime. And I'll just give a brief summary within a minute or two. Now, there is difference between being male and being masculine, okay? There's difference between being female and being feminine. A marriage is between a masculine and a feminine, not necessarily between a male and female, okay? Sometimes it's male male, sometimes it's female female, okay? Sometimes it is male three. Some people marry threes. Some people marry their sex dolls. You know, you buy a sex doll and marry it. Some people marry different kind of dogs. You know, but if you look at the roles being performed, it's usually a masculine somebody and a feminine somebody or something. Okay, so it's usually between masculine and feminine. That is yin yang. Okay, so a masculine and a masculine cannot stay in the same marriage. It's not possible. That is, two captains cannot lead a ship. So imagine in your office now, people perform different roles. All of them are all the roles are equally important, right? But after a meeting, somebody gets to call the shot, and that person is the CEO. You can't challenge the CEO. If you challenge the CEO, that is the day you are getting fired from that job. That union can no longer work. So no matter how important and interesting your idea is, the CEO can choose not to take your idea and choose another idea. And from your point of view, you see that this idea is whack and this is going to cost this company millions, whatever, whatever. Once you have presented your case and they reject it, you have to accept it for that union to work. If you feel you're right and you start contesting the CEO, you're going to get fired. That union cannot work. It's the same thing with a marriage. No matter how, even though you have equal rights in marriage and all roles are equally important, somebody gets to call the shots. Sometimes these roles switch from time to time. Okay? Maybe when they are young, it's the man that is doing it because he has all the energy and is earning all the money and all, but his wife is going to school. Some men didn't go to school. Imagine a man that started serving his master at the age of 15. By the age of 20, he has owned a shop. Okay? Imagine that Igbo boy has owned a shop and the shop is growing and doing well. He's importing cars, okay, or importing whatever product from China, and he's making money. Let's say 500,000 naira extra profit per month. He's able to marry. He marries a random young girl that has finished secondary school that doesn't have a means to go to the university. So this young man is paying for his wife's school fees in the university. First 5 years, the wife is fully dependent on the man. She graduates NYSC, 6 years. She graduates NYSC. The man is still giving her money, which means the man is calling the shots. Okay, so if the man says, "I want my food ready before I come back," the lady has to do it because the husband is not just her husband; he's her boss also and her provider. So imagine that this lady goes for MSc. The man still pays for her masters. She finishes her master, she goes for PhD. The man still pays for PhD. This is 10, 15 years going, and the man is paying all these years and still paying the children's school fees and still buys her a car to ride and everything. She finishes PhD, she lands a huge job, maybe in a company or as a lecturer or something. All of a sudden, overnight, her salary overtakes her husband's salary. I'm just giving you the root cause of many divorce cases. Now her salary has overtaken her husband's salary. Her husband can no longer control her directly. So many ladies instantly lose that respect for the husband. If the husband says, I want my food ready at night by the time I'm coming back, the lady will be like, why do you think I should be the one to do it? And sometimes there is a genuine reason, because now she now has a responsibility. Now at work, they have to give her extra assignments. She has to teach 10 classes, be a lecturer this, give a speech in so-and-so university in another part of the country, this, that. At the end of all that, you want her to come back and still cook food? So many ladies battle with that. And why would they even have to do it? Because now they have the money. You understand? So many ladies try to start being masculine at that age. And imagine a man married at, let me say, at the age of 30. By the time the man is getting to 45, 15 years has passed, and the wife is now a PhD holder. You understand? And let's say that's when the wife is getting to 30, 35. Let's say that's when the wife is getting to 35. She's still young. Men are still asking her out, and she now earns a lot of money. And the husband is uneducated. You get what I'm saying? So most ladies will instantly lose that control and want to gain control of the marriage. That's when there is what they call a clash now. A lot of clash start happening. The husband comes back home as usual and he's hungry and there's no food. And this is a woman that used to be humble and cook food for him. Now there's a problem. The man has to go and start eating outside. So after finishing from his market, shuts down his shop, he doesn't drive home. He starts driving to where he will go and eat. Before you know it, this man is falling in love with the cook there. Because obviously he can't fall in love with a PhD holder because he's not educated. So he has to fall in love with someone lower again. So that's why some men cheat. If you look at the person they cheated with, the person is nothing compared to the wife. You'll be asking, is this man crazy? You get? So now the woman doesn't even care. She's still young. She's still in her prime. And she's earning a lot of money. Most women will like, I don't care. If you want to leave the marriage, if you want to let us break this thing, I don't care. It will not affect me. Because what? She now has money. So this is usually the cause of many divorce cases. Now look at, it's similar to what happens in celebrity marriages. A young lady is trying to become a celebrity, and she trying to become a celebrity means she has to live a masculine life. She has to, masculinity is about hunting and gathering. Okay, you have to have that energy of a male or a man to go and hunt, go start this business, make sure it works, read this, take that, go for this seminar. That's masculinity for you. Femininity is take care, nurturing, okay, feeding and caring. Take care of the child, make sure the child is being groomed, okay, water the garden. The husband gets home, you remove his tie for him. That's femininity. Okay, but remember that not in all marriages that the male does the masculine job. In some marriages, the male does the feminine job. Okay, and the female does the masculine job. Let me give you an example. Picture a marriage where the wife is the breadwinner of the family. Breadwinner means that she makes more money, okay? The husband is struggling with his job and the wife now makes more money. She has automatically becomes the masculine. She decides whether we're going to buy land or whether we're going to buy house. The husband can only suggest. At the end of the day, she's going to make the call, the shots. Okay, so where people normally have problem is when these roles change midway. Okay, when the role change midway, not everybody is able to adjust to that. So once it gets to that, a problem arises. They have to separate. Now the man is looking for a woman he can control, and the woman goes out there trying to find a man she can control. And sometimes it might be another problem because most men have been groomed from childhood not to be controlled. Let me say 90% of men are trained not to even show emotion. That's masculinity. We're told that men don't cry. Something will happen, you want to cry as a man. If they was you slap as a child, Haven't you ever seen it? A male child will be walking and kick the stone. Blood will be coming out of the child's leg. The child wants to cry. The mother will wound the child. Come on, keep quiet. Don't you know you're a man? The child will keep quiet. But if it's a girl child, they don't beat the child. They raise her up and pamper her. So a man is grown in this society, being a man, being masculine, not showing emotions, being able to go out there and sacrifice his life to protect his family, being the what do you call it, the breadwinner of the family. A man is being trained to be the one to raise the money to pay for the marriage, pay for the wedding, pay for this, you know. So midway in this man's life, you want to change the roles. You want him to start taking instruction from the wife. Not every man is able to adjust to that. That's why the marriages break. In terms of celebrity marriages, the woman is already living a masculine life. The female celebrity, she's already an actress, this, that. She's fending for herself. By the time she's meeting a man and the man is fending for themselves, they do the initial romance, love, and they marry. All of a sudden, in the marriage, the man realizes something strange. I can't really control this woman. She still goes to nightclub. You understand? Or she's traveling too much. Her job is making her travel. Some men will tell the wife, quit acting. That's what will happen. Again, that's why some celebrities, when they marry, they stop featuring in roles, on movie roles. You understand? It just crashes their career. They have to put a hold on their career, or at least slow it down to face the family. Unless she takes that feminine role, you understand, the marriage is going to break. Then in some cases, some men are able to adjust. You marry a wife and all of a sudden the woman blows, the man resigns his job and starts staying more at home. So if the woman is getting home, she's sure that the man has supervised everything. Cooking has happened, this has happened, blah 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 blah. You get. The man kind of turns to her PA. Okay, remember, honey, remember you're traveling to France tomorrow. This, that. I hope your bag is ready. You know, the man changes to the wife, start doing the feminine role. That's the only way such a marriage can succeed. So not many people are able to adjust to that kind of role changes. So that's why some marriages break. And as for me, whether marriages should break or not, I think it's based on individual basis. If you think that as a man I can't take this bullshit, you understand? If you can, you should break. You understand? It's based on individual basis. But as usual, if you think you shouldn't break, you try and manage it. Find and readjust. Some men fall ill. A man is breadwinner, blah 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 blah. Somewhere in his 50s, he goes down with stroke. He's still earning salary. Okay, every month money is still coming, more money than the wife. But now the wife is now the one that is physical. So some marriages struggle like that. The man has to accept the new reality that my wife is now the boss. Okay, so any marriage I see that lasts, that marriage is able to beat that midlife crisis when the woman has come into power and tries to overtake the man. You understand? That midlife, that 5-10 years of trying to adjust to that. If that marriage can survive that 5-10 years, it's difficult for that marriage to divorce. That's why you hardly find divorce at older ages, 50, 60. You hardly find divorce cases at that place because they have beat that initial period where that shock or crisis of role change is coming. You understand? So, and this is an advice to any woman that is strong. If you want to marry a man, you should find a man that is willing to perform, to be more feminine. If you know a woman, if you are strong, you will know. You'll be feminist up and down. You know all those things. You can't marry another masculinist. You know? You get what I'm saying? If you are feminist, you can't marry a man that believes in that he's a man. You know, you can't control him. A man would rather die than being controlled. That's why men fight cultists. They will kill themselves. They don't mind than imagine that another man is controlling him. Unlike what a feminine woman would do. So if you want to marry and you know that you are the strong kind of woman, you want to travel the world, you want to conquer cities, if that's your kind of dream, you should pick a man that is willing to perform that feminine role. All right. So thank you very much, guys. I hope this kind of changed some people's mind and maybe also even ease down some tensions in the family. If you're having some tension in your family, maybe you can now start seeing the root cause of the problem. Maybe you can call your partner, okay, and then you guys sit down at a table and rediscuss the terms of the marriage. In my own mentality, I believe that every marriage should be rediscussed every 5-10 years. After 10 years, we can say, okay, this is how far we've gone in 10 years' time. Now, let us look at our roles again. Okay? All right, guys. And like I once said, I think I should chip it in here. I once said that this issue of one man, one wife is just one type of marriage. I don't know why our society is so obsessed about it. There's nothing wrong with signing a marriage contract that says we stay married for 10 years, one man, one wife. After 10 years, if we want to try other people, we should rediscuss it. All right? If we want to live in separate houses, we should rediscuss it. That's why people are cheating. People are cheating because what they can't be honest about things. If people can be honest, this issue of cheating will resolve. If you can be honest with your wife, look, I like young girls, and you're no longer young. Look at your body. The wife will be like, I like young guys too. All right, you go cheat, I go cheat, but we'll protect ourselves. You know what I'm saying? By the time we finally want to come back as husband and wife, we should do blood tests, do all the tests to be sure that we are clean. Then we can come back again. I think that will make some marriages last if people can just be honest and agree to new terms. Alright guys, I'm going to stop here. Thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe. If you watched till end, I would like to see it in the comment section. Say I watched till end. I want to know the people that are my true fans. Okay, and remember that there's an Easter promo going for cost 2. Cost 2 used to go for 260,000 naira, but we brought it down to 100,000 naira for this Easter. Once this Easter is gone, sorry, it's gone. We're raising it all the way back. Okay, so if you want to pick cost 2, pick it. The course is a way to build a formidable online business, serious online business. All right. Thank you very much. See you guys.